bushfires. Have a look at it. Finally turned around, but obviously haven't been doing much because we've got bushfires. But what I have done, I found a few boo-boos, of course. I'm still not happy with that roof. I'm happy with the colour, but Jesus Christ, there's a few wallops in her. And she's a hot colour too. But you expect that with a dark colour and a bit of metallic through it. So, this side still needs a heap of high fill, but I thought I'm going to get it turned around. But what I need to do, I just thought that was the aerial hole, which is what it was, but it's not the factory one. I only just realised because when I hung the other side, it's got a proper one, so I'm going to have to weld that one up. I was thinking maybe I could weld that one, but I don't know that there's a hole for the aerial cable. So all I've pretty much done is got the front hung so I can get the thing back in this way, and I thought I'll get the bonnet on. I can do the bonnet. Don't worry, that's just sitting there. This guard needs a power of work. It's pretty bad along the top, along that section. Down there's not bad. There's a tiny bit of rust in the corner, but it's got some issues down that side. But it'll be alright, we'll get there, because I know these two doors aren't too bad on this side, and I was actually quite happy. I mean, the car's still going to come down an inch or two once everything's hung back on it, with the size of these tyres, because it means I don't have to roll the lips on these guards. And that, yeah, with the tyres should clear quite well on a, you know, on a hard lock turn without any of that going, any bad stuff going on. So I've managed to get it out and turned around. Hopefully we don't have to. Like I said, we've got these bushfires, and according to Vic Emergency, we are on watch in the town I live in. There's been a few properties lost out of town, but it's pretty scary. So that's the reason. All I've done is, because it was out today, I've hung that front clip so I can get it back in the shed that way, and then I've just got to do this corner. As you can see, I'll have to drop the exhaust and whatnot. Yeah, and I'm happy with the colour out in the daylight, although it's pretty artificial. Well, not artificial. Oh, it's a hot colour. We're going to have to do an egg on that. Because of the colour of the sun at the moment, it's not really a true indicator of what the colour is. The sun's, as you can see there, it's burnt orange from these bloody fires. So that's the state of play. I was thinking I might have to, I've got to get in there and get the front suspension washed. I should nearly have bushes this week. I did a job for a bloke on an XW Falcon who runs our local auto parts store, so we're gonna I did a job on his fuel tank. He had a leaky fuel tank in it, so we're going to work something out between me doing his tank and him supplying at least the upper and lower bushes and ball joints for this. So hopefully something comes out of that this week. And of course everything's on the front, but it's only sitting there. Like I said, this guard needs a power work. I'm going to have to weld that hole up, or I was actually thinking of just getting an aerial blank for it, but I don't know, because I've done so much to it, and it's, you can see there, it's not too bad, the side of it. It's far from perfect, and I know the roof's, yeah, you can see the finish and everything's really nice, but it is, I was always worried about the roof because it's like someone had been line dancing on it or something. The bonnet isn't bad. Of course it was no bad for us, but these things never were in the bonnets. If I look down, I know I've got something here. Might have been something here. I'm not sure whether this will be the bonnet that I cut a hole in. These were all bad for dropping there. There's a line down the middle of these. You can see there, I've never ever seen one. I've seen some pretty high-end show cars where that line is perfect. They all seem to collapse. Yeah, so we'll see what happens during the week. Like I say, we're on notice here because of these fires. I've uploaded a couple of videos on what's going on with them, but it was a good time to today, while we're sitting and wait, to get the boat and everything out and get this thing turned around. I really need to get in there and degrease and wash all that front of, because if I put it back in the shed, yeah, it'd be a lot better to work on if it's a bit cleaner. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Once I get it off, I can clean it and probably maybe paint it and put it back on. I don't know how far I'm going to go with that. I've still got to do the wheel arches. As you can see, they're not in there. I found some paint that I've had still unopened. It's this stuff here. So it's a rubberized coating, apparently. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to see what it's like. Like I said, it's never been, I've had it a while, but it's never been opened. I'll do inside of those arches, but at the moment, right behind that tree, it's going to focus, yeah, right, well, not right behind it, but in that general distance is a dirty great big fire, and yeah, they're just saying on the radio, I think there's 5 properties out that direction that are already gone. Wind's just died down, thankfully, because it was yesterday was dead still. Fire's out of control. It's hot. When I say it's not hot, but it's 30. I think I checked before. It was 33 degrees. It's probably maybe dropped a bit, but we had wind today. Wind, and it was blowing straight this way, and it's just died off. As you can see here, if it'll bloody focus. Yeah, we're shooting up to 36, so it is hot. And that's probably a lot to do with the breeze. It's just, yeah, that's not bad there. It's, as you can see, it's a 3.6 kilometre southerly. This morning we were getting 14 kilometre winds to the southeast, which is pretty much heading straight towards us from exactly where the fire is. But I think we'll be pretty right here. We've just got to be vigilant, and because the wind's died down, we're not getting bombarded. I had embers and leaves and stuff. A fair bit of that. They're still dropping now. Actually, one's just dropped right there. As long as the thick stuff doesn't, there's a remnants right there. It just fell on the ground. Yeah, when you get that wind, you can see obviously the black dust all over the top of the car. So we just got to be vigilant, and we'll see what the wind does. It's like I said, she's backed right off now, which is a good thing. But here comes another piece floating down. Yeah, if the wind kicks up and we start getting some thicker embers, or you know, these are just dried, burnt leaves. But if we get some that are still hot and we get wind, that's when we're in a bit of strife. But we'll just be vigilant. So that's where we're up to on the old girl. And they start to look a bit better when they start to take a little bit of shape. Like I say, she's far from perfect, but it's a slow, arduous project. And the other thing that doesn't help is trying to do it when it's, wouldn't say bloody warm, fire or no fire. And the funny thing is too, it's like today, well, it's up to 36 or whatever now. I think tomorrow's low 30s, maybe 33. That's the forecast. But Wednesday, according to my phone, it's going to be 15, 16 degrees. So it's getting, yeah, cold, but it is warming up again. So summer's not quite done yet. One side, I'll say 90% done. and we'll get into this other side in during the week and get this suspension done. We'll catch up very soon. Take it easy, guys.